the most important part is sitting down and deciding who you want to pitch, who are actually your participants in this. Because it'll have an influence on which keynote you want to bring in, it'll have an influence on which companies you want to visit, and it'll have an influence in which other kinds of people do you want to invite. So I think actually the first step is the recruitment process. When you've defined what kind of event you want to have and what your focus will be, then try to find the kind of people that you want to include in it. And then the rest will actually follow that. We spent quite a lot of energy in this matchmaking process where we are like, okay, we have these Latvian participants coming. Who makes sense for them? Like what? Because if you're just inviting pretty much anyone, then this networking it's just up to chance. It can go very well and it can go very badly. But it was kind of trying to see, okay, what kind of people would make sense for them to get into contact with. And you can only do that when you know who you're going to get. So I think recruitment is actually one of the very first steps. I think our experience was a bit different. I got a job here at the Institute quite in the middle of the process, so I wasn't a part of it in the beginning. And one of the things that we learned for the event we're doing this year is to have more time. We started too late. And this means that you can have a lot of people that really wants to be a part, but they simply don't have the time because you didn't contact them soon enough. So yeah. Start as soon as you can, I think is. We had, for this year, we were going to have the event on the 27th to 29th of October, and we started the 22nd of January. I think that's a good time frame to have that many months actually from you begin to you. I feel like there was different parts of it that worked really well. I think the pitching competition in itself was a success, and I think the people who came, they came prepared and they really wanted it, and I think that's the most important thing. And the fact that we actually saw concrete, we had a Danish partner and one of the Latvian competition who walked out of there with a production agreement. That now there's one of them that are producing some of the furniture for one of the Danish companies. So we had very concrete results from this. And I think that's one of the things that gives you this feeling of success. Yeah, it's the same with what I mentioned before, that we had this Latvian company that were applying for some of the Danish opportunity and actually getting them. And so I think that was kind of what worked very well. So what we've done differently is we've added more time for just talking, networking. They were very low quality, where people just meet over a cup of coffee, because we were afraid that people wouldn't have enough to do last year, but that was really not the case. So people were like, okay, we also need to just be able to talk. We added an extra keynote, so we'll have 2 keynotes this year to have more more knowledge-based direct input. We've added participants from more countries. So last year it was bilaterally between Denmark and Latvia. This year we'll have people from Estonia, Poland, Germany, Sweden, Finland. So it'll be a much more international event. And then we've added an entire new day to the program. So it will be a 3-day event instead of a 2-day event. And that was based on the feedback we got after last year's event, where a lot of the companies were really happy about this visiting program we'd made on the 2nd day, but they had also wanted to meet people in Copenhagen. So this year we are doing the first day in Copenhagen, and then the main event in Aarhus, and then the visiting program as well, again in Aarhus. So people that are also interested in the Copenhagen business sector can join that.